Hey, welcome back to my channel. Just doing great things. Today we have a great recipe for you. It is homemade chicken and dumplings. It's filling, it's cold outside, it's time for that comfort food, and there's nothing better than chicken and dumplings to warm up the inside. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Today's ingredients that we're going to be working with, of course, you started off with chicken. What kind of chicken? Well, there's a lot of different kinds of chicken. Some people swear by chicken thighs, some say chicken breast. I've got some chicken tenderloins. I've even heard of people using a whole chicken and then breaking it down. I've got some little chicken tenderloins. They're frozen. Pick it up in the frozen section at the store. That's what I'm going to use today. You pick what you want to pick. These I've used in the past. I'm going to cook them, and I'm going to cook them down until they just absolutely fall apart. They're going to be shredded, and they are going to be amazing. I've got cream of chicken soup. I've got chicken bouillon cubes. I've got bacon powder, black pepper, got flour. I've got chicken broth, and I've got salt. You can check out the recipe that I'm going to post with this, and it'll tell you exactly how much of each one of these that you're going to need. Alright, the first thing I did, I got this pot and I filled it up about a third of the way with water, and then I put in probably about maybe 7 or 8 pieces. To the water we're going to add 2 chicken bouillon cubes. And we're going to add 1½ teaspoons of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. We'll get that mixed up real good. Share the love. And I'm going to boil this for approximately right at an hour. I think I said earlier, I want this chicken to just absolutely fall apart. I'm not going to cut it up in chunks. It's going to be just fall apart, shredded, and every bite you're going to get some chicken in it. So let's let this cook. In the meantime, I'll probably get started on the dumplings themselves, and they'll be ready. Alright, for the dumplings we're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of shortening, and 1/2 cup of milk. Alright, we're going to start with the dry ingredients first. There's 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder. There's the salt. I'll whisk that all together. Next thing on the agenda is taking this shortening. I'm just going to cut it up in small pieces and just drop it into the flour. And I'm going to take this cutting tool and I'm going to cut that shortening in. Alright, that's pretty much worked in. We're going to throw in 1/2 cup of milk. And I've kind of made a well in the flour. Put that in there, pour it right into that well. This is where it can get really messy with me, because anytime I'm working with flour, it just seems like a disaster could happen any moment. Then I'm going to start working this in there with a fork. like I've done in the past. After you get it mixed up and it's not near as tacky as it originally was, I'm going to use my hands. Kind of flatten it out, and we've got our dough ready. Right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to roll this out. Really. I'm looking to get this to about 1/8 of an inch thick. All right, I've got that rolled out pretty good. And what I like to use on this is a pizza cutter. And I'm looking for little 1-inch squares. Don't have to be perfect. And I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them on plate. I'll dust these a little bit with some flour. There we go. Just to make sure they don't stick together. I'm going to take and I'm going to put them on this plate. I'm going to put them on this plate and they'll be ready for when it is time to put them into our broth. Don't think for a second I'm not going to use these crumbs. There we go. And that's the dumplings. All right, I have fished the chicken out of the water, and now it is time to shred it. All right, the next thing is shredding the chicken. I just use 2 forks and just shred it apart. A lot of people are afraid to use, chicken tenderloins or chicken breast. Making something like this, I'm afraid it's going to be dry, but if it's shredded like this, I mean, it just, to me, it comes out just perfect. And you're going to get chicken in every bite. And to me, that's important. Yeah, I could have left this in big chunks. But would that guarantee I'd get chicken in every single bite? I don't think so. So That's why I go with this. Now, am I afraid to use chicken thighs or whole chicken or anything like that? No, I'm not. But sometimes I just want to do the easy thing instead of being difficult. And there we go. Shredded chicken. All right, to the broth, I'm going to add 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. And I'm going to add the salt and the pepper. Of course, the recipe will be posted down below. And I feel like we're going to need some more liquid, so I'm going to add chicken broth instead of water. And if I feel like I need some more, I'm going to add some more here in a bit too. All right, I've got this going to a pretty good boil. I've added the cream of chicken soup and the spices and canned chicken broth. Got it boiling. Now it's time to add dumplings. And I'm going to add these as quickly as I possibly can without splashing myself. And you're going to lose temperature, but just do the best you can. Try to put them in individually so they'll not be stuck together and have one big old blob of chicken and dumplings. Like I say, I'm trying to put these in one at a time. They're going to swell up, and they hopefully will be extremely tasty. Stir that up a little bit. And we're going to get these up to temperature. Get this boiling again. All right, I think I've got this just about where I need it. Now it's time to add the chicken. Stir that up good. And we'll be able to plate this up in no time. There it is in all its glory. Hope you all enjoyed this recipe. I'd say try it and see what you think. It should be delicious.